All right, guys, let's take a look at the Casio Oceanus. Now, this is the stainless steel model, part number OCW-T200S/2AJF. There's some other specs there, all the good stuff that it has. Module number 5596. So this is a colorway I haven't handled yet. I traditionally would go after the darker modeled one, but after actually seeing this one in person, I have to say that blue is not as light as I thought. I think there might be a third model that's even lighter yet. I could be wrong, but this one here is kind of an ice blue. It's very clean and crisp looking, and I'm digging it. I like it way more than I thought I would personally. So this watch here, you know, the 100, the OCW-100 is the titanium one, and it has an integrated or a proprietary bracelet because the way the case shape is. A lot of people like this one because it has a standard 20 millimeter lug width here, and you can put on different straps. Like I said, this traditionally comes with a bracelet. Umar sent it over, but it was minus the bracelet, so it's just the watch head. He had it made it up to this blue Barton strap, I think it is. I think it looks really good on the blue strap, but I wanted to put it on my EA brown leather, and I'll put a link to how to contact for this leather, the Barton. I'll put a bunch of links in the description, and to where I found it from a JDM supplier for $433, and I'll probably even put in an Amazon affiliate link. I think they're like $455 on Amazon. I don't know how many are left at that, but case size on this is basically a 41 millimeter, so it's going to be a sweet spot for a lot of people. 41 mil, 49 lug to lug, but you can see it's super thin at only 11 millimeter, sapphire crystal up top, flat AR coating on the underside, 20 millimeter lug width, 6.1 millimeter crown, push-pull crown, non-screw down, obviously, and then you have this button here that does some other functions and helps with the setting, because it is, once you get it set up, it's a perpetual calendar and all that stuff. So you can set it up all on its own. It's also a multi-band radio signal, so it will receive signal depending on where you're at. It will receive signal and set itself. Or the best option is download the Oceanus Bluetooth app from Casio and set it up through there. Now that app works differently than the G-Shock app that you would see for the Casio G-Shock Squares and other G-Shocks. The Oceanus one is a separate one, and it's formatted totally different. It's pretty fun to play with. I'm not going to show it. I think there's some videos. If not, I'll try to put a link if I can find one of showing that app. But it's a really cool app, and it works great for these watches. That's my preferred way of setting it up, because once you set it up on there, it's super simple, and then it's done. So I talked about the movement. It is a tough solar, so you can see there all the information and the regulatory information regarding like the Bluetooth and radio signal and all that stuff. So you really shouldn't have to do anything with this. This is going to last you a very long time. What I really like about this model is check out that finishing. For around a $400 watch, a little bit less used. I mean, I got some dust and fingerprints on it, but the polishing on it is so sharp, and the brushing on it is deep enough and clean enough. This is such a clean watch. And check out that dial. Like, where is it solar? I don't know how they did the solar on this, but you cannot tell. Like, usually you have some sort of transparency with the dial. So they hid the solar really good on this. And you have that blue hue of the AR coating going around the outside. It's almost violet. You can see the seconds hand is like a nice royal blue, matching almost that royal blue of the fin above the Oceanus. And then there's a stripe going through the hour and minute hand, you know, interrupted by the Lume. I think that might be black stripe on there. And then check out those indices. You can tell those are actually attached to that chapter, which is then attached to the dial, because they almost hover over the dial. Almost. It looks like they're maybe pushed up against it, but I can kind of tell they're attached to that outer chapter ring. And that's where that nice Lume is done all the way around. The rest of it is all just done by light refraction. So you can see, like, if you look at the indices, when you spin it around, the way it captures the light from the angles and the brushed and then the polished, it's super legible. And then you have a little bit fatter indice at the 12 o'clock for orientation. So great watch, wonderful price point. You get a lot of watch for your money for these. If you're patient and find them used, you can potentially find these things for like under $300. It happens. I've seen it. It does happen. Let me pop this on my 7¼ inch wrist so you can see what that looks like. Just a great watch. And even though it's stainless steel, and I know a lot of people were used to like the previous generation where it was titanium, super light and warm, this one in the stainless steel, they actually kind of kept it light still. They didn't add any weight to it. It's darn near the same weight as the titanium. It's pretty crazy that the stainless steel, you could almost confuse it for titanium other than it actually looks like straight up stainless steel. So, and it is, it's 316. So nice finishing on it, even on that top bezel. It's, you know, nice vertically brushed. So just a great looking watch. Date at the 3 o'clock with still a little bit of lume off to the side of it, and it's very cleanly done. Seconds hand, it has a really nice powerful module motor in there, driver for the seconds hand, and it hits the marks. And even if it were to get off for some reason, I believe you can reset that. I don't know if you can do it via the app or you have to do it through the functions. I'm not going to run through the functions, guys. It's basically a 3-hander with a date, and then there's you can basically confirm whether it got radio signal and stuff like that, and you can do settings. So look for other information. I'll try to find a link for it or something like that if you're looking for that. Let me kill the lights. I do want to move this guy out of the way because the lume is bright, but there's not a ton of it on the dial, so I don't want to hinder that at all. So really nice, cool blue looking to the lume, almost like a BGW9 effect, but I don't know what Casio uses. They might have some sort of proprietary blend. I don't know that it's actual BGW9, so, but it has that kind of vibe or look to it, and it's plenty bright and it does last. So thanks, Umar, for sending this over, and thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next vid.